Good day, students. Today we will be taking the topic Introduction to Building Drawing. Introduction to Building Drawing. And like I always do, I want to look at some of the words in the topic. When we say introduction, when you introduce something, you know what it means. Then drawing, the use of lines to show an idea. Then building. Building can be termed a structure, can be likened to a shelter, or can be called a shelter. And now bringing everything together, introduction to building drawing. What are some of those things we need to know before we begin to draw buildings? Or what are some of those things we need to know before we begin to design buildings? Now, I made mention of the word design. The reason for that is that buildings are not just built anyhow. According to the profession of it in the real sense, buildings are designed before they are built. Though we see some around us that are not designed before being built, but then since we are now learning that now, we can now draw something out from that. Now, let's just refresh our memory. Let's go back to the early man. The early man during his own time didn't have where to put his head. He was just moving about. We call the early man a wanderer, picking fruits here, picking this and that, and then maybe under one rock he has carved out a space, which we always call a cave, there where he can just put his head. All right. Now, but as we begin to have technology, as technology began to advance there, scientists, professionals rubbed their mind together and they came with the idea that buildings should be what? Designed before they are built. And that's what we're now talking about today. Now, when we're going to talk about this, we need to know some things. Buildings can come in various forms. I make use of the word forms. Forms. What do I really mean by the word forms? Now, we can say forms in a kind of shape. For example, I can design a building to have a shape L. Then I will say probably the owner of that building is having one of the letters to start with L, Lasisi. That's a form, an idea born in art. How do you go about designing of our building? Actually, the architects, that's the professional that designs building and then that supervises the construction of building. The architect will call into place some other professionals to assist with one other aspect of the drawing to make it concrete and then to make it what it's supposed to be. Now, if you're going to talk about the professionals, we have so many of them. I'll still be referring to them. But then, before you build that structure, I don't want to use the word building again. Before you build that structure, you need to know something, that you will talk about some things you need to have before that time. Your land. In technical drawing, we will say site. Now, getting your site or getting the land you want to erect your building on is very, very important as anything when you talk about designing of a building. And that is why the architects with another professional will need to get to that site to familiarize themselves with the condition of what? Of the soil on that site. And that person is the land surveyor. The land surveyor will do the job for that. And then he's also going to mark out the entire area of that site, which the architect will use to calculate for setback and for some other things. Now, there are standards and specification of materials, also different materials to be used, and then components to be put in place. And those are some of those things that are involved in what? In your planning, in building processes. So then some of those things that the architect will present, that we say some of those features, we are going to have the locator map, the site location, we are going to have the site plan, the roof plan, the floor plan, the elevations, sectional drawings, detailed drawings, schedules, and others like that will be packaged by the architect. Don't forget that the architect will not start work until he has gotten what we call the survey of that site. He's going to work on that. Whereas before that, the land surveyor will have been contacted and then will have worked on the survey of that site, which should not be passed to the architect. And now for the architect to now design, for the architect to now draw, the architect must put some other things also into consideration. Now the architect is the contractor, the owner of the building is the client. So the client must have something in mind as an idea, maybe a kind of dream. He is looking into the future that, okay, I want my building to be in this form. But then he does not know how to go about it. He's going to meet the architect, and then the architect will now put all those ideas down on paper in form of drawings, present it to the client will look at it, and then after the client has done that if there's any correction to be made, it will be done that way also, until some other ones will also come in place. After they have analyzed, okay, this is the design we're using, this is the way it should be, then some other professionals will also come into place, like the structural engineer. For example, some buildings, especially the high-rise buildings, there may be the need of columns to carry some of the cantilevers or some of the slabs that will shoot out at one end. The structural engineer will come into place. Now, before the client will know how much he's going to spend for the whole job, the architect must also let the estimator do his own work, and that the person we call the quantity surveyor. You see that there are so many of them, but though we are only having what we call introduction to building drawing, that's what we're taking today. So we will still learn more about them, one professional or the other, that will come into place. And from there you can deduce that buildings are not just built anyhow. They are not built arbitrarily. Buildings are built according to design. That's the way it should be. If you have seen anyone around and then you may not know some of those procedures and some others that are taking place, now you have the idea that buildings are designed before construction will take place. And then we have so many other people that will also come into place as professionals, like the person that will be on the site to always look at the work as the work is going on, the foreman, and so many other ones like that will come into place. So we see that being the overall will bring all other professionals into place. After he has done his own drawing, he wants to show it to the structural engineer, who will also interpret some other drawings and put some other drawings in place, like that. It will be passed to the person that will evaluate everything, that will estimate the cost, and then total cost will be given. In fact, do you know that the quantity surveyor will not just only estimate the total money, will even can even tell you the exact number of blocks to erect your building. You see that is very interesting. Now to come to what we call building drawing, there are some things you need to know. When you come to building drawing. Now you need to know certain things, and that's what we are still going to look at. You need to know some symbols that are shown. How do you represent our door? How do you represent our window on a paper, on your plans, and some of those things? Those are some of those things we need to know. Then when you see this symbol, what does it really mean? Where do you put this symbol? Where do you put that symbol? Those are some of those things that are embedded in the introduction to building drawing. And from there, you will also see some equipment that we put in place. For example, this is what hand basin, this is our shower, this is our bed, and some other things that will be put in place. Those are some of those things that are embedded in building drawing. Then it is when we now know all those ones, we know some principles where for example, switch for your ceiling fan should not be placed where you are going to where your door when you open the door, probably the door is going to open one way, the switch should not be at the back. Some of those things are some of those things that are embedded. Once you now know that, then you can now talk about that. For example, now when we even talk about the thickness of walls, it's also some of those things you need to know under building drawing. Your thickness of wall can be 150 or 225. Like in the local area, they will say 6-inch block or 9-inch block, as the case may be. So these are some of those things that are embedded, apart from the features that will be contained in the building drawing for a client. So, and you know what we're trying to say. That's just the introduction. In the next class, we'll be talking about some of the architectural working details. We are going to consider so many other things there. So by now I'm going to say we'll meet at another class. Thank you.